The idea that changed everything. Darwin's Origin of Species. Based on The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. Published November 24th, 1859. On a November day in 1859, a book went on sale in London that would fundamentally change humanity's understanding of itself. All 1,250 copies sold out immediately. The book was On the Origin of Species, and its author, Charles Darwin, had been sitting on his revolutionary idea for over 20 years, terrified of the firestorm it would create. Darwin's central claim was deceptively simple. All living things on Earth are related, descended from common ancestors through a process he called natural selection. Life wasn't created in its current form. It evolved gradually over millions of years. The evidence Darwin presented was overwhelming. He began with something everyone understood: selective breeding. Farmers had been shaping animals and plants for centuries. Over generations, small changes accumulated into dramatic differences. If humans could reshape species in mere centuries, what could nature accomplish over millions of years? In nature, Darwin explained, the selecting force is survival. Every organism produces more offspring than can possibly survive. Most die before reproducing. Which ones survive? Those with traits that give them even the slightest edge. Better camouflage, sharper eyesight, stronger wings. These advantages are inherited. Over countless generations, tiny beneficial changes accumulate. A species adapts to its environment through this automatic process of survival and reproduction. Given enough time, populations become so different from their ancestors that they become entirely new species. Darwin supported this theory with evidence from every field. Fossils showing extinct transitional forms, the geographic distribution of species on islands, vestigial organs that hint at ancestral functions, embryonic similarities between vastly different animals. He examined orchids and earthworms, barnacles and finches, building an airtight case. The implications were staggering. Humans weren't separate from nature, specially created. We were part of the same family tree as every other living thing, shaped by the same forces. There was no ladder of progress with humans at the top. We were simply one species among millions, successful for now, but not guaranteed permanence. Darwin wrote carefully, knowing the explosive nature of his claims. He avoided discussing human evolution directly, though the implication hung over every page. He anticipated objections and addressed them methodically. He acknowledged gaps in his theory. This honesty made his argument stronger. The book triggered exactly the controversy Darwin feared. Religious authorities denounced it. Scientists debated its mechanisms. Satirists drew Darwin as an ape. Yet the evidence was undeniable. Within a decade, most scientists accepted evolution as fact. Darwin had rewritten humanity's origin story. Why this matters now? We live in an era where scientific literacy has never been more crucial, yet scientific understanding is often dismissed. Darwin's Origin of Species remains essential reading because it models how science works. Through observation, evidence, logical reasoning, and honest acknowledgement of uncertainty. Evolution isn't just historical fact, it's ongoing. We see it in antibiotic-resistant bacteria, in viruses that evade vaccines, in species adapting to climate change. Understanding evolution is essential for medicine, agriculture, conservation, and public health. When we ignore evolutionary principles, we make catastrophic mistakes. Darwin's work also teaches critical thinking. He shows us how to build arguments from evidence, how to test ideas against reality, how to change our minds when facts demand it. In an age of misinformation, these skills are vital. Finally, evolution gives us perspective on our place in nature. We're not separate from the living world, we're part of it, dependent on it, responsible for it. As we face environmental crises largely of our own making, understanding our connection to all life becomes urgent. Darwin reveals that we share ancestry with every organism, that our fates are intertwined, that destroying biodiversity impoverishes our own heritage. His book remains a foundation for understanding not just where we came from, but how we must move forward in a world where human actions now shape the evolution of countless species, including possibly our own.